course, we still got people that's complaining. And so they're complaining about inflation, costs, jobs, all of the above. And so let's go ahead and get to our whiny little friends so we can see whether or not they have a valid argument or they need to go back to the drawing board and get their butts to work and get to that bag. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get to it.
No, inflation's getting out of hand when you go to your local mall and you...
It's always difficult for me to review these videos, man. And it's always difficult for me to not stop it because I'm always looking at the stuff that's around these people. When I see a dog, first of all, when I go into a person's house, they got cats or dogs, and you just see hair, that's nasty to me. I don't even want to sit on the couch, you know what I'm saying? Because now my black pants is going to be looking like nasty to me. I'm just not a fan. I don't think your animal is as cute as you think they are. I don't think your baby is as cute as you. Yo, you don't have to put a baby picture up. You don't have to share your kid on your Instagram profile all the time. We seen them. Every once in a while it's cool. Once a year, twice a year tops. Once a year, twice a year tops. We don't think that your animals or your babies or your kids, they not as cute to us as they are to you. They supposed to be cute to you. They not cool to us. They just weird. And we can see all of the nasty stuff that you think, oh, they cute. No, they hair nappy. They nose is running. They keep smelling like poop every time they walk past me because you ain't changed their diaper. All right, let me not get distracted because you know me, I'm about to I'll go on a whole comedy tour in a minute, but let me not get distracted. Beavis and Butthead here wants to continue to have a conversation and tell us about how the cost of living is too high.
You see ads for Klarna plastered all over the place. It's really bad knowing that people have to finance just to make a fucking $60 shoe purchase at Foot Locker.
At this point, I think we might be living at our in-laws' house until, we get old and gray because the housing market is absolutely ridiculous. It's so sad because back in the day, you were able to just go to school, get a good job, get married, be able to buy a house, start a family, and possibly be able to stay part-time at home even with the children to help raise them. Now,
my daughter, if and when she decides to get married, she is more than welcome to stay with us for as long as they want to. That's always been normal. Like, I don't know when that became a thing. Do y'all know what interest rates was in like the 80s and the 90s? Interest rates used to be crazy. 70s, 80s, and 90s. This is not like crazy what the interest rates are right here. This is to keep economic spending and the stimulus going within the industry. This is not crazy to us.
It's like, no, you get married. Where are you living? Maybe we're going to live in a shoebox. Maybe we're going to be homeless living on the street. Because why is a one-bedroom, one-bath like $800,000? Like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around how things are going right now. Because it's like, it's pretty hopeless for this generation, for us that are trying to start our lives and get a place. It's like, rent is absolutely insane. You can't save any money to be able to buy a place. They don't want us to own anything. And they literally want to, like, destroy your...
Who is they? Just curious. Who is they? Who are these mythical people that's behind the scenes in the Wizard of Oz that's pulling all of the strings in order to ensure that they don't want you? It's called capitalism. It's called capitalism. Why would I want you to own a house from me when I can get you to rent from me for the rest of your life?
Dreams of starting a life. It's just so embarrassing.
Y'all really need to check in on those middle classers, because I'm telling you, I just went to the grocery store. I bought about 5 days worth of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, some fresh produce, maybe a bag of chips and a gallon of juice. And let me tell you, $400.
Hey, y'all know that y'all don't have, that's a lie that they told us. In order for us to solve this problem, we need to rethink things. We need to rethink our cultural norms, okay? First of all, it's a lie that you have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When they told you to eat 3 times a day, there was an incentive for why they did that. I'm not going to share that with you right now because that's not what we're talking about. Some of us need to fast. Some of us is like 3 cookies away from being... Some of us need to fast. You don't need a bag of chips. You don't need some juice. Go ahead and drink you some water. It's good for us. Y'all know that we literally are the fattest country in the entire in the world. We're the fattest country in the entire world. You don't need juice. You don't need chips. You don't need all breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is cheap as piss. Eggs is cheap. Bread is cheap. All of that stuff is cheap. Miracle Whip is cheap. You don't even have to get the high-end Miracle Whip. You can go and get the regular Miracle Whip that just say whipping on it. Half of us is just one cookie away. One away. One away. So, seriously, some of us need to just go ahead and did you know you can fast off just water for like 30 days straight and your entire system will re-engineer itself? You only need to eat once a day. That is a lie that you have to eat 3 times a day. Anyways, $400 for the double chin.
What? Half my check gone. You know, we make too much to get any EBT with any kind of government assistance, anything. I'm telling you, it's a hard life out here, especially for those middle class people. So y'all need to check in because we out here hurting, okay?
I don't need to.
Nah, not unless you're trying to figure out, not unless you're in a bind and you're looking for Nate. We ain't checking in with y'all just for checking in. You ain't no bag chaser. If you ain't no chaser, link in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you ain't no chaser, we not checking unless you're in a bind.
To budget. Prices either need to go down or my pay needs to go up. I think I'm someone who's fairly reasonable with my spending. I pay my bills. I take care of my needs first and foremost. I take care of my wants within a reasonable parameter.
Nobody told you to take care of a niece. Who baby is that? Tell that baby to go find his pappy. Tell that baby go find his pappy. Ain't nobody tell you to go take care of a niece. Nobody told you to go take care of that niece, Sam.
Like, I don't spend exorbitant amounts of money to the point where I need to track how much I'm spending because money's just flying out of my ears. Things just cost too much. So again...
So I had a conversation with my boomer dad and boomer uncles about why people didn't want to work anymore, and I said something that I think is true and I want to share it with you. First of all, let me share with you some of their condescending thoughts. One of the points my boomer relatives said is, why do people expect work to be good? It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be comfortable. That's why you call it work. We didn't expect it to be comfortable. We labored in uncomfortable situations and we did it in order to make a living. We didn't expect luxuries. You guys expect luxuries. And let's just derail the conversation twice here for a second. First of all, who is telling them that we want luxury? And that's something that for some reason we're unwilling to put up with uncomfortable situations. All of us worked through college. All of us. I don't know a single...
Lies. All lies. Most of y'all did not work through college. That's number one. Number two, that is the thing that everybody is promoting, seeking, advertising, and stunning with on social media and having conversations about is that they're a boss chick. They want luxury. They deserve the best. They deserve the best man. They deserve the best car. They deserve to live a life of luxury. Everybody should travel, go wherever it is that you want to go and do whatever it is that you want to do. It's all lies. You deserve a car, public transportation, ew. Y'all leading with y'all money. Women think that men should take care of them. Men think this is all cap. He's true. It's correct. It's true. When people bought houses back in the day, in my father's generation, they bought that house expecting to live in that house as their forever house. A lot now we call everything a starter home. I didn't know that you bought housing and shelter to start off with in order to go and get a mini McMansion. That wasn't a thing. You bought a home for your family to raise them in, and then hopefully you retired, and then you could pass that home over into the next generation. Y'all different now.
Single person who didn't have a job, who didn't work almost full time all the way through college, even though they were going to college full time. I did that. Almost everybody else I know did that. Secondly,
I did it too. What difference does it make? That's normal. It's not nothing to celebrate.
Most of us are just asking for healthcare and affordable housing. I don't understand where the concept of luxury is coming from. A place to sleep and have some money to buy food and then maybe go out every once in a while is most of what people are asking for. And not to be terrified of future and retirement and dying poor and lonely. So straight out of the gate, I don't know who is feeding them this bullshit narrative. Now, secondly, in a little over a 20-year period of time, the dollar lost almost half of its value. And in 2000, most boomers were in their 40s when that began to happen. Since 1970, there's been a 500% increase or more in the consumer price index. A 1,500% increase in tuition, at least amongst higher education places like Harvard, and only a
You see the anecdotal evidence that he's using amongst higher education places like Harvard. Well, number one, college is not a requirement. Number two, go and get a trade. Number three, you can go to a community college and then transfer over to a major university after you do your first 2 years of general ed requirements. And even some of the classes that you would use that can transfer over, all you got to do is talk to your counselor and then compare and contrast the classes that you can transfer over in order to get a cheaper education. There are ways to solve for this that have always been a part of the fabric of the United States of America. And we just did a segment on this show where I broke down and I showed you a good white American that was talking about an immigrant that came over here and within a month he was already driving an Audi. He was replacing the parts on his car and he was out here winning and he was working for $16 an hour plus overtime and getting to that bag. And so it's ways for you to solve for this, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to be realistic. You don't want to live with your parents a little bit longer. You want to go and get a car note. You want to go get credit cards. You want to get a bunch of student loan debt. You don't want to go to community college. You want to complain and whine. I can't make it. I don't know what to do. No, you can make it. You just haven't suffered enough. And that's why you're sitting here going back and forth with your daddy when you had a daddy in your life to even send you to college in the first place. Military, you can go to the military. Military will pay for you to go to school. They will pay for you to live. They will pay for your housing. They will give you the training. They will give you a career. They will make sure that you come out of there with no debt, but nobody want to do that. I'm so Gen Z. I don't know what to do. All I want is a livable wage, and I work at the Waffle House, and I work at McDonald's, and I've never moved up into management. I'm just a line cook, and I'm making $25 an hour in California.
A 10% increase in wages. In addition, baby boomers will not retire and get out of the way so that younger people can have careers, with 50% nearly of millennials and Gen Z and 1/3 of Gen Xers saying that they've blocked.
If people retire today, that's why they're bringing in all of these migrants. All right, watch what happened. We got you. Don't worry about it.
Their career progression. So let's return to the main criticism that these boomers had of millennials and Gen Z, that we didn't want to work. We didn't like working. We thought it was too uncomfortable and we didn't want to do it anymore. It's not that we don't want to. It's that the bargain used to be that for 2,000 hours of work a year-ish, you could afford a life. And that's just not true anymore. You can work as hard as you want. You're not going to get ahead. So work has always been bullshit. We've just realized that it's no longer worth doing because you don't get anything for it anymore.
I was just at my local grocery store and the woman ahead of me was buying a significant amount of groceries, and the cashier even said, wow, what are you making? And she said, oh, this is just dinner for my family. This is typical. And I thought, wow, you must have a big family. It must be, I'm thinking in my head, this must be so hard for you to feed a large family. Right now, it's typically just my daughter and I have a hard time keeping up with the cost of food. And then she went to pay and her card declined. And I turned my back because I had that.
Y'all ain't never had y'all card decline? You ain't. You ain't never go. Hold on, wait. Y'all getting embarrassment because of card decline? Let me tell you something. First of all, let me tell you how you react to something like that in real life. Let's say I got a card right here. Let's say that your card get declined, right? First thing you want to do is you want to look at it like it's a Nintendo cartridge and you want to blow it. Rub that strip off a little bit, make sure that it's working. Hey, run that again. Oh, let's take chip. Something must have been wrong with the chip. You want to run that again? And the reason, let me tell you why you want to run that again, right? Now, this is old school. This is coming from people that came from nothing that had to figure it out, right? The reason that you want to run it again is because I know I get paid tomorrow, right? And my direct deposit is going to go through early. Now, my bank has a grace period for, this is the way it used to be. My bank has a grace period for overdraft fees because they used to send these little skinny envelopes. They ain't send emails. They sent these little skinny envelopes to your house that said $32, $32 to $35. Now, my bank got a little bit of a grace period, and they will let me overdraft the account because I know that they want them overdraft fees. And so go ahead and swipe that again, and chances are the second time it go through. Now, sometimes it might not have went through because they got this two-factor authentication now, right? Which means that sometimes you may be a little bit further from where you live at home, and so they want to make sure that you actually the person that's making the purchase because they got a lot of fraud going on out here. So they might send you, hey, listen, they about to send me a text message to make sure that this is actually the purchase. I'm the person that's purchasing it. You get that yes or no? Yes, this is me. Run that again. Run that again. Or maybe you in a, you know what I'm saying? You outside of your county. They got protections in place. Y'all embarrassed because y'all car got declined? Run that again. Oh, I know I'm good. You ain't got to tell them how much money you got in your bank account. You got 13 cents in there. Just enough to get you past that mark because you know that your check about to hit tomorrow, but you need groceries tonight. And you going a little bit out of your comfort zone. You stretching out a little bit. And you know how your card work. My card is special. My card goes through all the way up to like $700, okay? And I get paid tomorrow. My direct deposit is going to hit at 4:53 in the morning. Direct deposit usually hit at 4:53 in the morning. We good over here. Run that again. Go through. Yeah, my Jeezy voice. Yeah. See, y'all not used to going through nothing. We got the Cupcake Factory out here. Y'all think that y'all supposed to be getting y'all makeup from Mac and Rihanna, Fenty X Savage, or whatever y'all be rocking. Nah. Walmart work just fine. Y'all know Walmart sell makeup? See, you ain't been through nothing yet. You don't know what it's like. You don't know that you don't deserve to be at Whole Foods or you can't get your groceries delivered to you today. $400 for groceries? Where y'all going grocery shopping at? Where y'all going grocery? You know, all these sell it at low. Oh, you don't. Oh, you too good to put your quarter inside of the grocery basket. See, I ain't going through all of that. We good over here. See, we different over here. We not going to have no conversations like they having on MSNBC and all of that. I'm going to tell you what's really happening. Don't feel sorry for her. She'll be all right. She got it.
That happened to me, and it's mortifying. So
Was that a gunshot, ma'am? Even white people living in the hood now.
Turned my back and kind of pretended I was looking at the candy, and I could feel her embarrassment and her shame, and the cashier was like, don't worry about it. You know, she's like, oh, I'm going to go talk to my husband. And
y'all ain't never went and visited a friend just because you just so happen to be a little bit more hungrier than you usually is? Hey, what y'all doing over there today? Oh, we got the game over. All right, cool. I'll be over there. You ain't visited them in a long time, but they got the game over there tonight. Oh, we eating good tonight, baby. And the friend you just so happen to be visiting, they get that EBT at the beginning of the month, and they like to splash out for their friends and family. Yeah. Go visit some of your relatives. They'll feed you. See, y'all don't have no community. Y'all don't have no sense of community. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't know what it's like to really be in survival mode. Everybody's still overweight, complaining about they hungry. How? Do you know that if you fast, then it'll start pulling from the reserves that you have on all of that fat that you got on your body? And it'll start to break it down into something that your body can consume and flush out. Your pee will get a little bit different. It's gonna your pee not gonna smell. Y'all don't know nothing about survival. That's why I ain't worried about it. I ain't never worried about tapping out here in these streets. You know why? Because I come from it. What you gonna do? Right now, get this off my screen. Right now, we in the best time of our lives. Right here, 2023, they say it's a recession. I don't see it because this is the best time that I done lived, the best that I done ever had it before in my entire life. Bro, we come from nothing. Wait a minute. You telling me you about to give me some money? Shit. Watch me run it up.